Yes, guys, I'm Si. Welcome to my channel. This is my personal channel. This is at the Si1927. This is my place. This is where I'm basically gonna talk about football the way I always have, but it's honest, no bullshit, no fluff. A lot of it is going to be Cardiff City related, like today's video. A lot of it is going to be about the EFL, but it won't stop there. I'm going to take you behind the scenes at Ace Nation Media, the graft, the planning, the live shows, the interviews, the travelling, the events, the wins, the chaos, for sure, of it all. Thick football opinions, conversations, and a proper look at what we do day to day, and ultimately what I think. And this is going to be my personal opinions on stuff, and if you're into it and you like this sort of thing, then and you follow my other work, then please do join. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. But let's get into it, because I think interesting one straight off, bit of an opinion piece, if you like. And this is my my view, I suppose. This is the one thing that I think will decide Cardiff City season this year. Everyone keeps asking the same questions right now. Is the squad good enough? Do we need more players? Are the tactics right? Is the manager doing a good job? I get all those things. They're obvious talking points. But honestly, I think they're the wrong talking points. Cardiff City season will not be decided by tactics alone, even though we are tactically excellent. It won't be decided by formations, even though our manager is very adaptive and very flexible. It won't even be decided by recruitment in January. Well, at least in isolation. It's going to be decided by game control. You see that phrase get thrown around a lot. I was watching Sky last night, and what's his face? Tim Sherwood went, United weren't the same because they took Bruno Fernandes off and they didn't have control, because he'll put his foot on the ball, and I was like, what a load of bollocks. Like, Bruno Fernandes is a phenomenal player, but he's not a controller. He's not a tempo setter. He's not an Alex Robertson. But you get my drift, right? He's not that type of player. And I just looked at it and I was thinking, what is this shit? Like, this guy doesn't understand what he's even saying. And look, game control is a phrase that gets thrown around. I get it. But I want to be really clear about what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about possession for the sake of it. I'm not just talking about pretty football. I'm talking about sometimes you'll kill teams by 1,000 cuts by making them chase the ball, and we did that against Wigan on Sunday, and we did it very, very well. But game control for me is the ability to decide how a match feels in the moment. And I think teams that get promoted, whether it's League One, the Championship, up to the Premier League, whatever it may be, they're able to dictate games. They're able to decide where the game's going to be played, how fast the game moves, when they allow a bit of chaos, and when they kill the games off. And I think right now Cardiff dominate a lot of football, averaging 60-70% of possession. But I think we don't always dominate games in the way that the manager would like and in the way that we would like. And I think that distinction matters. I think the matches we've seen this season, Cardiff have been great. I think we've been very aggressive in pressing. We keep possession of the ball really well. And when we up the tempo, we look pretty unstoppable. But I think as well, so often this season, we've gone 1-0 up and we feel a little bit uncertain, like we let teams back in. We allow opponents to get a bit of belief instead of removing it. And for me, too often we drop the tempo and then the opposition gets a bit of belief and gets a bit of heart back. Whereas we should up the tempo and kill that opposition off when they're having a bit of a wobble. And I don't think it's about quality. I think it's about control. Because when or when Cardiff City control games under Brian Barry Murphy, you aren't going to have to rely on individual moments. You aren't going to have to rely on big chances falling your way or opposition mistakes, because what you have is repeatable patterns of movement, high tempo of passing, and when it works, it works. And I think over a 46 game season, the margins do catch up with you, and this is why you see teams who get promoted will win games when they don't look spectacular. They'll win games 1-0. They'll turn hostile away grounds quiet. They'll manage the momentum when the crowds turn. And I think this has got to be what Cardiff do. Now at Wycombe, Cardiff did the hard work in the first half in many ways. They got 1-0 up. They quietened the crowd. A few groans and moans from the crowd. And then they let Wycombe back in with a sloppy goal. At home a few days later against Wigan, they go 1-0 up with a Chambers blockbuster. The away fans are quiet, and then we made Wigan chase the ball for 90 minutes. That is how you manage momentum. Cardiff don't need to be brilliant every single week, but they do need to have a certain authority to make sure that they win football matches and kill games. They need to reach a point where the opponents feel like we are just not getting back in this game. And maybe this is the uncomfortable bit about this conversation, is that might not always look exciting, might not always win praise on social media from fans, might not suit the highlight reels and all the rest of it, but it does win you leagues. And when I watch Cardiff now, I'm not obsessing over whether the football's pretty or whether the individuals look sharp. I just want us to win football matches, get 3 points and get out of there without any injuries. That's all I want. Now, what I am watching is some good football, some high tempo football, and some footballers who seem to be well coached and know exactly what the plan is and how to implement it. But I'm also looking at how we respond after we score, how we manage games after we score, when we slow games down, are we doing it intelligently, how we react when other teams get a goal against us. Because I believe if Cardiff can really control games like they did against Wigan most recently, they won't just compete in them, they won't just have the odd great performance. I believe they'll go up. And yes, tactics, formations, personnel, rotation, January transfer window will all play a certain part in whether Cardiff get promoted. But for me, if we can really build and learn to control matches, not just play pretty football in them, then we go up. Simple as that. I think if we struggle to have the control that we had against Wigan, then we're relying on ability of players. We're relying on the tactics of the manager to save it. And look, there'll be times when that happens. I understand that. There'll be times when we're more aggressive and more open than others. But what I saw against Wigan on, I forget the day, I've lost track of days all completely. What I saw against Wigan was a team which knew what they were doing. It was a very, very mature performance from a young team. And I know there was criticism. You could hear it, people moaning in the crowd and sat around with me moaning, like, get it forward and all this. And it's like, don't need to get it forward. We need to keep the ball. There was 30 seconds left in injury time when that comment came, and Callum Robinson was carrying the ball over the halfway line, and there was moans and groans because he didn't go forward, because he went back, kept the ball, and then the game was over. It's not about pretty football. It's not about some of the glorious goals we've seen this year, individually and as a team. It's about controlling football matches, winning football matches, and getting where we want to go. Brian Barry Murphy is doing a tremendous job, but the job is only halfway done. So all I would say is I'm genuinely interested in whether you guys agree or disagree. I think it's definitely think it's an interesting conversation. I for sure think that we're pretty good. I think probably since about mid-December, we've been way less open, and I think we've controlled games way more. Does that coincide with Alex Robertson coming back into the side and having a bit of form? I probably think it does. I think him and Wintle complement each other quite well. And I think he sets the tempo, fast or slow. But I'm interested in what you guys think. Do you think Cardiff have the ability to control games and grind results out? I think we've shown we can grind results out. Can we continue to show the same control that we have in recent games against some tough opponents in the next couple of games? Let me know. But most of all, please subscribe to my new channel. It won't just be Cardiff City, but it's going to be Cardiff City heavy because I'm a Cardiff City fan. Shock. But I'll be giving my opinions on other football subjects, sport, whatever. To toy with the idea of doing an Ashes video, but Ashes was so shite that I decided against it. And of course, please check out Ace Podcast Nation. Got some new stuff dropping on there. Got some new stuff dropping on Cardiff City World. Got a live show on Cardiff City World later with Jamie as well. So there's always stuff across the channels, but you'll have noticed on this channel, it was generally just collaborations of my stuff which I did with other channels. But from now on, there's going to be that, and there's going to be probably 4 videos a week where I talk about different elements of football, Cardiff City, whatever it may be, whatever I'm doing that week. If I go somewhere to interview someone, I'll maybe a vlog, whatever, live events. I'm a busy man, busy man. Thank you so much. Please spread the word, let people know, and let's build this channel up and build the community up. It's been largely a lot of the same community, I'm sure, from Cardiff City World and Ace Podcast Nation. We've built a wicked community there where everyone supports each other and chats about different subjects. I like it. It's honest. It's real. And let's build another. Let's build it. Not even another. Let's build it even bigger. Thank you so much. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.